Hello, everybody. We're back again. Oh my- I'm gonna cut this part. I'm gonna cut this part out because my brain just started singing a FNAF song in my head.
No, this is all canon now. This is all staying in.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Here's Wellspring City. A Watershed issue. It's part 2. It's the next day because I remembered things gonna happen on Sundays. So we are all back with part 2 of that game. I'm Zen, I'm the DM. If real quick everyone could run down the list, introduce yourself and your character, and then we'll get back into it.
Hi, I'm Author. I play a good, wholesome farm them. Their name is Nikola N. You are not allowed to know what the N stands for.
Does it stand for ninja?
You're not allowed to know that.
Now.
I wanted to ask. But yes,
I can
hello.
remember and deny. Anyways.
Yes, hello. It's me, Verl. I'm still playing Shaun. I still exist. You are very excited.
Hello, I'm Tallestnull, and I'll be playing Tailwind, whose hand is coursing with power.
It's so bad.
And hello, I'm Tala, and I'll be playing Brittney Megan Bronson. She'll get better, I swear.
And last but not least, I remain Lordlyhour, and I'm still playing Cat Afka, our beloved weeaboo boy child thing.
Alright. So at the end of last game, y'all had just defeated some worms in the sewers and, figured out that there was someone else down in the city underbelly with you. Nikola managed to lock on to their brain. Heard a spooky voice.
In a row.
So many nat 20s on finding this guy. So Nikola locked on to their brain, and a bunch of the rest of you saw some scattered ink leading away into down one of the worm tunnels. And you guys are going after that trail. So first off, I need everyone to roll me a survival check as you try to navigate these tunnels, because...
And here comes the ones. Yesterday we had all the good rolls. We burned them all then.
That's
Don't
how
follow
it
your
goes.
luck.
Oh no, you've spoken it into existence.
Yep.
I mean, Nicholas had some stinkers yesterday, so hopefully we'll find out. Nope.
It's all up to Shaun.
Come on, Shaun.
For the love of God, please help us.
Otherwise, this is going to be a very short session.
Bro. Roll survival.
Oh, survival. Okay, I was trying to find out what it was.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just knew it was a check. Pretty sure I have this to that. Yeah. I hope you're not pinning your hopes on this. I know you are, but...
Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
Barbarian
So.
lives.
Yeah.
You're just to carry your asses.
Well, it's not so much navigating... It's not so much navigating the terrain this time as it is just figuring out which tunnel to go through. When you guys made your way from the subway into the sewer, it was a pretty windy tunnel, but it was just the one tunnel leading from one place to the other. The worms have been quite a lot busier, so there are tunnels that'll often intersect with each other or double back, or like Nikola can tell you the general direction you need to be going in, but sometimes there's two tunnels pointing that direction, and then they split, and one goes up and one goes down, and it's like, tricky to navigate. But somehow Shaun is absolutely doing fantastic at this.
I'm
I can just sort of tell which way to go. I can, you know.
The holder of the
May I-
brain cell.
may
He
I
can
make a
feel it in his
suggestion?
waters.
Yes,
Yeah,
Arthur, go ahead.
Last time I added a visible element to whatever's happening with Nikola. Like I'm imagining Nikola is with a 5, basically catatonic, focusing on not losing their hold on this guy's brain. So Shaun just picks him up and uses them like a fucking compass. Like they've still got that line down the middle of them that's going goof, goof, goof in the direction of like where they sense this person. I'm imagining a lot like aquatic bioluminescence if you get those vibes.
Yes.
Um
It's definitely the easiest way to. It's like, yes, I have found a solution. I will use the thing that already knows where to go, but doesn't consciously know where to go.
So our
Dowsing rod.
country bar turned into a cephalid, or should we be concerned?
Nikola does not reply. Nikola doesn't seem to have heard you.
We should probably be concerned, but I probably lost my brainstem like 2 hours ago, so I don't have time for that.
I mean, we're fine on the way back. You're kind of translucent.
Yeah, so between using Nikola as a tune compass and with all those nat 20s left behind, sometimes if there's 2 tunnels going in the same general direction, one of you manages to pick out some little spots of spilled ink in the darkness and, figures out the correct path from that. So you go through a series of these worm tunnels. All the while, Nikola, like the sensation is getting, the sensation of this person's head and thoughts are getting stronger as you get closer. And I feel like, actually, because you have the default thing, so like as you get within range to actually properly read this person's mind, you do start getting surface level thoughts of shouldn't be any down here. Is that even fucking legible? I'm not gonna do the voice for the thoughts. I've just decided because it's too much. But like stuff like shouldn't be any down here. Like wondering if there's like if some of the worms are smart and like that's how that happened, but yeah, definitely like a person, and you come into I think the tunnel that you're in leads back out into a different subway tunnel, not too far from a station, so there's like light sort of spilling in from up the stairs, but you're that's like just out a couple 100 feet away that light is spilling in, so you come out of this tunnel into a shadowy stretch of the subway tracks. And Nikola is pretty sure this guy is now within the 30-foot range of their normal like mind reading stuff, and the tunnel that the worms had dug ends here, so probably somewhere in this subway tunnel. So if everyone wants to roll perception or investigation.
Here's hoping. I should be good at this.
Can I add a little bit of flavor for
Yes.
what I'm imagining? Like Nikola is sort of curled up a little bit blearily in Shaun's arms, just sort of focusing, and like whoever this individual is, they just hear, getting steadily louder and louder. Who are you? Who are you?
Spooky as fuck.
Yeah, I will say what Nikola is getting back in response is the same question repeated. Who are you? Why are you here?
They don't reply. They don't, pause. It's almost as if there's a rhythm or a heartbeat of just this curiosity.
No, you. No, you. No, you.
I asked you first, I asked you second.
Why do we both have frogs in our throat? This is a mental conversation.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. One of us had to do it.
Okay. So I had that was a stealth roll. And despite the -1, that was a pretty good roll. So in the dim lighting, most of you can't see anything here that looks like a person, like not even a really weird person. It looks like an empty subway tunnel. But Tailwind, as you're looking closer, you can see that there's a section of shadow along the wall that looks a bit deeper than the rest of the shadows. There's a shifting dark patch that seems out of place, and as you continue to watch it, it seems like... Why do I not have this in my NPC art folder? But it seems like...
Because you didn't expect us to have all those natural 20s.
It does seem like a figure of a person. No, it's because Doc sent me a bunch of variations in the same folder. But you do see what looks like almost like a shadow come to life, a very dark and ominous figure, sort of further away from the subway station, further into the darkness away from you.
Sure is really comforting to the creature that we're finding.
Oh.
That a slime monster is just carrying the one they're talking to like a flashlight.
Yeah,
Oh,
so Tailwind,
It's
you
the
see
love
this.
child of Shaun and a xenomorph.
You see this dark figure that seems to be sort of fluid, dripping, just loose black ink, watching your group from the shadows.
Oh. Just like looks up and just has the longest
I like
they
the
can
sound of that.
muster. Just points.
Are y'all gonna look where Tailwind is pointing?
Yes, yes.
Brittney, absolutely well. And on that note, dinner is done. I gotta yell for a bit. Be back as
Hey.
soon as possible.
Okay.
No worries.
Toodles.
Now that we're back in it, I fucking forgot how fucking rough Nick's doing mentally.
Okay, that's why you got a piggyback ride, only there's no piggyback, you're just getting carried.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm
Partially
imagining
suspended
them
in the
curled
group.
up like a... Oh, sorry, Lordly.
I'm just saying, partially curled up within Shaun's goop.
I'm imagining them sort of like, you know, when you got a kitten and they sort of like reflexively tuck themselves in on themselves.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it's that, except it's... I do hope you put their hood back up, by the way, because they had taken it off. Oh no.
What's
That
under the
sounds
hood?
like a no.
Oh, right, because their head split in two, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, well, I kind of can't, like, I'm imagining that, like, if you put the cloak all the way back on them, like, there's still that, like, glowing line visible.
Call that a splitting headache.
That is the joke, yes.
What would Shaun have done there? Put their hood back up or just carry them with their hood around their shoulders.
Verl?
Eh. The words, they were a slurry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. We're
Oh,
wondering
Shadow Buddy.
what?
Shadow monster thing. Yes.
No, we're wondering if Shaun would have put Nikola's hood back up while he was carrying them.
Probably. It's just assuming Nikola doesn't want people to see the weird face mouth thing. Being polite. While also using you as a compass, only slightly polite.
I mean, they don't mind, they're in this relationship. I think that by now, Nick and Shaun are just the ones who carry each other.
Pretty much.
No, they're the ones that carry the party.
Fucking dying.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Probably not, but who knows?
But yeah, probably hood would have gone up if it was, you're all curled up and, not really doing much. It's like, yeah, sure, here, have a nap. Okay, I'll just carry you now.
Aw.
Nick is just. I have emotions. I will DM you later. Nick needed this. I think Nick needed a reminder that they're not the backbone of this fucking city.
Move to, you better not be. Come on.
No, the backbone of the city is the better mayor.
Yes. I can never think of the better mayor without thinking of the.
Without thinking of
Author?
the what?
The stick bug music.
Yeah.
Like it's just in my head. It's just there.
Anytime someone's not looking at the better mayor, it's doing the stick bug dance. And then if you look at it, it stops.
It has amazing comedic timing.
Of course it does. It is, by the way, a tuned stick bug. So of course it has the best comedic timing.
This is its birthright.
Natural, innate, comedic ability. I'm not sure if we should wait for Tala to get back to go on with the meeting of the spooky monster, or
I think for now, just inflatable arm waving tube man, Brittney, and if combat happens, we may have to skip their first turn.
Yeah, if you guys get to the point of exchanging blows with this thing within 15 minutes, we'll see. For now, it is just silently watching you from the shadows, so,
I don't think it noticed we saw it.
No, it definitely noticed that Tailwind saw it, but it's just not making the first move.
Cat leans all the way down to Tailwind, just like, should I shoot it?
I don't think yet. Hold. That may be an option. Hold. Sorry. Hi. Just waving at it, like it's not going to jump down and eat my face.
I mean, it's not. It's just standing there watching. And as Tailwind waves at it, it sort of like looks over everyone who's like also there with Tailwind, and then it says, "You shouldn't be here."
Yeah, well, OSHA wouldn't want this place to be open either, but here we are.
Why? Also, if that's unintelligible, let me know. I've very rarely played this voice back for myself, so I don't know if it's understandable or not.
I believe it said why?
Yes.
I don't
Did
know.
you hear
Why
the
you?
rumble of giant bugs?
I think at the why you question, it like pulls from the shadows like a severed head of another one of those giant centipedes and just sort of throws it towards the party. Not in a like attacking way, but as a like, yeah, here's what I've been doing way.
Cool. Pulls out the heart of a robot.
Wait,
Santa Claus. What's your name?
Talis, can you go again?
Sorry.
Because you were talking at the same time as author, so Tailwind was pulling something out as well.
No. Tailwind was gonna be sarcastic. Tailwind was gonna say Santa Claus, and your name?
That was Nikola asking, not the thing. It was the last. The last thing the monster did was throw a severed insect head at you.
Oh, sorry. I thought it said. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's
I
fine.
know.
They have
Sorry.
similar
We
snarly
have the
voices.
same voice. Two different characters. You gotta watch the
I'm
little.
so sorry, Zed.
The
I'm so
little
sorry.
green thing. No, it's fine. I think it's funny. So yeah, if Nikola is asking who it is, I think it what do you mean roleplay means having to come up with responses to things on the fly? But I think it does respond with like, I could ask you the same. Why should I tell you anything?
Could
Just-
Nikola cast detect thoughts?
I'm just
Yeah.
imagining the entire group getting together, huddling like, why should it tell us anything?
So is Nikola doing surface level thoughts for now, or?
No, they're prying deeper. They're being rude.
Okay. Is that a
Wow,
win
Let me-
saver?
conversation has ended, but it's conversation.
I am looking. Yes, a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
The DC is 15.
That's a 23.
Yeah, that
That's a
makes
pass,
it.
baby.
Yeah, so you don't get any deeper stuff. And the surface level thoughts are like, who are these people and who are these mutant freaks and why are they in the subway? Why are they in the worm tunnels? What are they doing here?
Please pass on the fact that it called us mutant freak so we can call it a mutant freak.
Mm. It. I.
Right back.
Hello.
Hey,
You're
Tala.
conversating with what looks like a xenomorph.
Oh dear.
Our buddy wants to know what you are.
Who you are? I mean, Nikola asked first, and he was like, no, you.
No, you. So it's a great time for Brittney to be like, no, you.
Hold on, what happened?
Nikola has tried to cast detect thoughts. Did not work.
Failed spectacularly.
Oh, that is a very high save.
Yeah, it's like we're level 3 or something.
So yeah, reading its mind has failed, and it is not telling you who it is. It has asked you to identify yourselves, but and also why you're down here. I think
We're meddling kids.
is that something Kat's saying in character?
I don't think he'd say the kids bit, but just like, we're meddling.
I mean, he's not wrong.
This is something you should not be meddling in. You are out of your depth.
I mean, how many feet below ground are we?
Well, Cat probably shouldn't go anything deeper than a kiddie pool, but you know, we're here.
I mean, you'll probably fit through a crack now. It's fine.
I'm taller than any of you.
You're all hot
How
air,
tall is
remember?
Cat?
Kat is like 7 feet tall, right?
Yeah, he's fucking huge.
For some reason.
Man, we're all just sort of staring at each other across this
Yeah.
the subway tunnel, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
look,
I was hoping this guy would be intimidating, but not to the point of nobody talking.
yeah, it's just like, okay,
Hey, we're not
Gooey
intimidated, we're
ink
just...
monster. This is like,
We killed worms too.
We also did
not
kill
a-
worms.
yeah, it's not our first time dealing with crazy things, but it's like, I'd rather not just resort to violence.
Exactly. Sort of- They've not made a, aggressive move, so I'm not so gung-ho that I'm gonna go attack. Because,
Yeah, that's rude.
then it might attack us, and it's got a freakishly high defense roll, so it's probably gonna squash us if we do try and fight. So it's like,
I'm so sorry. It's my character's a talker. However, they're not capable of talking right now. They're having like
Well,
most of their brain has shut down except for like a thing. Actually,
well, I guess oh, you first.
I was gonna ask if there's some sort of like wisdom saving throw they could make to try to like not be so fucking out of it.
Yeah, you can roll a wisdom
Okay, you got
saving
other
throw.
party members.
I was gonna say, if no one says anything, Brittney's going to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Right.
a 9.
No. Is Nicholas still not doing
They
so
have
good?
advantage because they're being held lovingly in a friend's arms.
Sure.
It was a
mean-
stretch, thank you.
I mean, isn't the Cataconia a roleplay thing from your perspective?
Mhm. Yeah, there was no mechanical cause for the catatonia, so.
It's just.
No, yeah, this is just me being mean.
Fair.
15.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's they blink and they're underneath the hood. Their acrid green eyes go purple, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Return to the world of the living, hello.
Hey, anyone want to
The
roll
world
insight on
what?
this? Anyone want to roll roll insight on this ink monster right now?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Why?
Insight check on the ink monster if you'd like.
I'll see what I can do.
Holy shit!
24.
17, 23, 24, 7.
Tailwind is
of our
turned the
characters
other
are inside.
way.
Verl, do you want to roll?
Well, I don't think my insight's gonna top any of you guys, but sure, why not? I was gonna be let's see, insight is
Insight.
wisdom, isn't it?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Cool, that's a sweet +0.
And still a 19.
Still got a 19. Did
That's
better
a lot
than
of
Cat did,
19s
which
we
is
got.
kinda cool.
So,
3 19s in a row. Or 3 natural 19s.
nat 19, nat 19, 4, nat 19. So not quite in a row, but in close succession. So everyone but Tailwind notices that, like, as Nikola shifts back under their cloak, the ink guy's attention locks onto Nikola. And Nikola, if you're still listening to their thoughts, you can hear it's sort of thinking, impossible. That I didn't think that could. Does not finish the thought, but is just sort of, intrigued might not be the word, but in that genre of emotion.
As the creature, locks its attention onto one of us specifically, Cat'll just take a step so they're in front of Nikola. Just, no, don't pay attention to them.
Well, Nikola is gonna just sort of like, well, fuck you too, sir, madam, or, next. It's, my mom has told me that anything was possible.
I don't think it cares.
It shakes its head and sort of skitters back further into the darkness. And it's like,
so you're the one that was in my mind.
Yeah, also, you're in my mind, so if you could just sort of back out of 30 feet range, I would find that quite neighborly. Pat, I
Is
can't
that how
say
that works, guys?
it's actually not. If that were true, then my life would be much sort of better as a whole. But like also, sorry, I'm really groggy.
it does back up further until it is out of range, because, it doesn't want you reading its thoughts.
They just sort of wiggle in Shaun's hold. Not like getting, like, not like, trying to get down, but just like, huh.
Wiggles until they're more comfortable.
Basically. They're just like, did I fucking pass out?
You started glowing and went catatonic.
Oh,
if that's something they asked out loud.
Yeah,
Your head literally split in half. That was disconcerting.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
That's what it did.
Well, cool.
I will remind you, as
What
you're
the
having
fuck
this
are we doing
discussion,
now?
the ink monster is watching very intently from just outside of 30-foot range. Like, you can probably only just see its eyes in the darkness, but it is listening to this exchange.
Well, Shaun's gonna try and catch a look at it and be like, okay, if you're gonna talk about out of your league, what the fuck is this league, and how do we get out of it?
You know, take it as a neat sort of a an ask from an interested party. If you're in sort of the extermination business, we'd really appreciate, a little bit of info on like what those things are, how to kill them more efficiently, how to sort of like keep them away from the general population.
Not to be exterminated ourselves. That'd be a plus in my book. I like being
That's
alive.
right. Listen to the man. And
okay.
then, I forget. Could I roll a persuasion check?
I mean, he's gonna he's gonna have an answer, and then if you don't like it, you can roll persuasion to try and get more. It just takes me a second to do the voice. So he says,
Those things were mutants, and the rest of your questions are none of your concern. There is no place for mutants in this city. It is if you do not wish to be exterminated yourselves, you should go back to Ensville where you belong.
Where we came from.
Well, at that, Brittney has sensed the challenge and
He wants to throw down now.
yeah, she narrows her eyes, steps forward and says, "Well, how about you try us?"
You want to fight me?
I don't.
Please ignore her, she's crazy.
Yeah, sure, if you're so certain
No.
that we're not of this.
Nick just sort of like weakly reaches out and like tugs her sleeve, like, no, please, my head hurts so much.
Like I said, please ignore her, she's crazy.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
I'll just grow another one, you can't stop me.
Frank, come on, please.
Can you do
My
that?
head hurts so much. And like I can tell you his, her, or their brain is a fucking mess. It like you got a vacuum in there. Like can we like take a couple months, drink a lot of orange juice, eat our veggies, and then come back at this if we really, really must?
who are you asking this to?
Your bitch.
They're just sort of whining into the air. Like I cannot stress how delirious they are right now.
They're having a bad day.
Well,
Have a
there's
bad day.
a bit of a scoff from Brittney, but she does step back. Oh, you're no fun.
Well, Brittney, why don't you show off a cool trick about
Don't
how you aren't
say
ugly?
the name.
I thought you were just telling me not to instigate a fight.
Thank you. Also, please don't use real names. I don't really want this particular individual. Hi, sorry, not to be rude. Your vibes. I'm sorry, sir. Your vibe, sir, ma'am, or other. Your vibes are rancid.
I'm gonna have to listen back to that part because with all the crosstalk, I couldn't make anything out. But someone was using real names. Oh, ooh! I need to make a note of that. Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Was someone using a real name to refer to someone?
Yep,
Probably.
that happened.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay. Also, since Nikola is in pain, can I try cure wounds on him?
They haven't lost any hit points.
Yeah, it's purely just mental, so I don't know that would do anything.
Can I try anyway?
You can try.
So soft.
So, Cat just makes an expression of like concentration and just because this is the first time they've ever tried this, and sort of manages like points at them and like from his hand like like he puts his hand near their face, and there's just this puff of pleasant-smelling smoke hits them in the face and cure wounds. It's like
You can just
aromatherapy.
reprise our buddy here.
Was that perfume or you?
I'm not going to answer that because I don't think you'd like the answer.
You have now
what?
breathed in the weed.
Shaun, can you please stand sort of away from, like, not this one?
Well, there's another name. I'm gonna have to go back and make a list.
Please stop using names.
Wait, did I say Shaun or Hun?
You said Shaun.
I could have sworn you said Shaun, but
I meant to say Hun.
Yeah.
It might have been my audio, but you know what? If that's what it sounded like, I will take the lick.
I'll have to go back and re-listen anyway to see whose name got mentioned first. But
I think
So-
it was Brittney by.
It was Brittney's.
yeah,
Oh,
it was
boy.
Brittney's name.
oh wow, it's not like
Alright.
Brittney is a well-known public figure.
No,
To be fair, there's probably more than one Brittney, unless the mayor's, outlawed anyone naming their kids the same name as his daughter. Which he
Which
might.
is not
Don't speak that
off
into
the table.
Yeah, I'm assuming this whole discussion is out of character, but
Yeah, this isn't in character.
yes.
Nah, I can't contest it. I will say Nick would have been more careful than I was. But also never mind.
Yeah.
I messed up
It-
first, so you know.
It's
be
not
fair,
going to
Nick-
have immediate consequences. It's just in about 10 to 12 episodes when something happens. This is why. But yeah, we can continue
And we-
forward.
And to be fair, Nick was largely concussed at the time, so.
yeah, I think we can cut them some slack.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Alright.
If we're not going to be fighting the awful giant monster thing, Cat's going to be trying to subtly hustle everyone into. All right, now we leave the thing that is soloed one of those giant centipede things that it took 3 of us to take down.
Yeah. We'll keep in touch, considering that we're also in the means of making sure these things don't leave, or at least go back to Ensville. Or, okay, Tailwind would say, I forget the name, but the
Willville?
actual name of Ensville. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in response to that, this thing is like,
Do not think us allies.
No, yeah, we got that. No worries.
I mean, yeah, you're growly, but you haven't done anything.
Please don't poke the shadow monster or the ink monster. Excuse me, I can't see very well right now.
I want to poke the shadow monster because it's like, oh, go back to Ensville. It's like we're not even from there.
Please
Well, don't say that.
It's like what's you know?
is
Oh,
Shaun
right.
saying that in character?
Probably.
Oh, God.
Things to catch as the DM.
Oh.
Every word out of our mouths is getting the
Yeah,
dramatic reveal.
You guys are like having
episodes closer.
Yeah, you guys are having such a casual conversation while this mysterious, dark,
Oh, I
shadowy
want this
figure is
shadowy thing
30
to explain
feet
shit.
away. I mean, you can try asking it questions in that case.
I did. I
What
asked
do we
his like,
have?
I was like, okay, if you say this is out of our league, what is this league and how do we leave it? And he didn't answer me. So
Okay.
We've had a secret identity for 3 days, and we're not gonna have one for much longer if we keep it up like this.
To be fair,
Maybe
you
that's
guys
the
did
very
ask
day.
like 3 questions back to back before I could answer any of them.
That's fair.
So
This
you
is
could
fair.
try asking again if you did not get an answer before. We'll just assume this guy did not hear it.
he had shadows in his ears.
Sir, I got it. I'm just gonna go, sir. If you have something you'd prefer more, please speak up. Do you know how the mayor knew these things were down here?
Or how these things got down here in particular, because that's also a good option.
Me thinking you're gonna have to roll something for this. I don't know what it is. Oh wait,
Persuasion?
Persuasion sounds correct.
or I can have him roll something. Okay, so that's deception. And what his answer to that is
What the mayor does is of no
Could you repeat that? I didn't get that.
what?
Could you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
Okay. So his answer is
what the mayor says is
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry
you-
that now
Mike.
Yeah,
What?
You cut out at is.
Microphone. Okay. This
Both
voice does not work well for long sentences. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it one more time, and then I'm gonna write out what he's saying in case anything doesn't come across.
That'd be lovely.
Okay. So, what he says is,
what the mayor says is of no consequence. How these mutants got here is of no consequence. The outcome is the same. Mutants in this city will die.
Wow.
Buddy, have you looked at yourself recently? I know there aren't many mirrors down here, but
Okay, let's not antagonize them that much, but like, can you just like drop your intensity down from like a 9 or 10 down to a 6? Because this happened like 3 days ago, dude.
one.
hold
Hold
Can I
on a
roll
sec. I'm still
insight?
typing.
That's a very high deception modifier.
Yeah, it's almost like this guy is a higher level than you, maybe. Okay, so 2 things. First, we'll handle the insight, which with a 22, that just barely beats it. So I'm gonna say Nikola gets a little, which is that this mutant does know something about what the mayor said or what the mayor knows. Doesn't know how these things got here. And then you guys were saying something about looking in a mirror, and this happened 3 days ago. Yeah, we're we could go back to that thread now, but I don't remember what was going on exactly.
Okay, basically, Brittney said in response to what you just posted was, Buddy, have you looked in a mirror recently? I know there aren't any down here, but surely there's a puddle you could have looked in? You're not exactly a non-mutant either.
Oh, it absolutely snarls and growls at that, and it says,
I certainly don't need you to remind me.
Did that come through okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Brittney hears in her head, "Help me! Can we just sort of shepherd the others back and back? Because if are you getting like the same vibes off this guy? This guy could kick our asses, and then would probably cut our throats for good measure, or the equivalent on Shaun. It's
Hold on, I gotta roll wisdom to see if Brittney does get the same vibes.
You can roll insight too.
Actually, yeah, an insight. An 11?
With an 11, you don't get the feeling that this guy could kick your ass. I mean, you did challenge him to a fight, which you probably wouldn't have done if you got that vibe. Like, he would be on board with trying to kick your ass, but you're not certain that he could do it. Like, maybe he's all talk and no game or something.
Yeah, Brittney, through the mind link, responds in full confidence. Oh, come on, we could take him.
Brittney's basically going, bitch, try me.
Brittney, I'm scared, and I don't want any of us to get hurt today.
Okay, Brittney looks at you, looks back at the ink monster and sighs. If you insist. Alright, gang, let's wrap this up. This loser is clearly not interested in any sort of friendly talk.
I think it growls again and says,
This will be the only talk we have.
Yeah, whatever, edgelord.
Did you actually cut him off like that?
Oh, absolutely. If only her hair wasn't in a ponytail. She can't really do a good hair flip.
Says you. I can hair flip fucking excellently when my hair's in a ponytail.
Yeah, but it's gotta be over the shoulder to get the real effect.
Fair. Takes her hair out of the fucking ponytail just to flip it.
Come on, she has more class than that.
Does she really?
She's well, it'd be the perfect disguise. She's hanging out with a bunch of classless losers.
She can tolerate a lot of things, but she will not tolerate looking like a nerd. Besides the cosplay. That's her daily. That's her daily limit. She's already reached it.
Yeah, as Brittney cuts the monster off, it snarls and sort of clambers forwards a few feet, starting to crawl on the wall instead of just standing there. So it's sort of like positioned above the height of the party. But it's not a full-on attack yet, it's just sort of a threat display at this point. And I think it says,
You will find it in your best interest to heed my warnings.
That's immediately not heeding warnings.
yeah. And I think it continues.
The next time we meet, you will be my enemies.
Why?
Well,
I
they
do
just
not-
Yeah, I'm gonna answer the why first.
There is no place for mutants in this city.
You're in this.
Well, go home then. That's what we're doing. Come on, it's getting late.
As they turn away, can Nikola just sort of project out, keep away from my friends?
At the monster.
Yep.
I have a stupid idea.
Have any of you...
Can I make a stealth check to take a picture of this thing?
Yeah, okay.
Have any of your ideas tonight been intelligent?
No.
I don't look. I tore out the effective heart of a robot, and I'm gonna use it to power things. I don't know.
Roll stealth, but be forewarned, it better be fucking good.
Okay, let me check because I don't have the best stealth.
You do have advantage because of your stealth armor thing, though.
I do.
Still hoping for, like, 2 crit fails.
No, don't speak it into existence, please.
I'm speaking it. I love it when things go wrong.
Please, we're gonna fucking die. No!
Oh my god!
Hold on.
I'll get into fruit!
Hold on. Hold the phone.
Sorry, the phone is already off the hook. It's too late.
Just
Oh,
reach
wait,
it out, flip
okay,
the
yeah.
phone.
I can't do anything to help you.
Tailwind
Yeah,
forgot to turn the
so-
flash off.
Yeah, that's
Damn it,
exactly.
Damn it!
The flash flashes out through this tunnel, and it's very obvious that Tailwind has just taken a picture. And this yeah,
This
this
displeases them.
yeah, the ink monster absolutely sprints forward and is going to try to tackle Tailwind. So I think that's
Okay.
gonna be a
can-
grapple. So
Can I, when the flash goes off, like, use a reaction to do the smoke cloud?
yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, so as soon as it starts sprinting towards us angrily, Cat's just like, run! And then explosion of smoke covers us all, rendering us effectively invisible for the time being. And we'll sprint towards the exit, because you did say we were in a subway tunnel? Yes?
Yeah. How does that? You're gonna have to send me some info on how that smoke cloud works, because my default reaction is that's gonna give Tailwind advantage on the avoiding throw, but
Oh, yes. That is effectively what it does, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
send me a. What's the name of this thing so I can look it up? Is it
Fog
just
cloud.
Fog Cloud? Okay, let me.
I've got it here for you. Sorry.
Okay, so it's heavily obscured, but yeah, you're
Heavily-
not. That doesn't mean that someone who saw you 2 seconds ago doesn't have a decent idea where you are. So I'm gonna say he's still going to roll athletics to try and tackle Tailwind. Tailwind, you can roll athletics or acrobatics to avoid it, but you will have advantage because of the fog cloud.
Okay.
That is mechanically exactly what it means, I think.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. It's the same roll as last time.
No.
Shouldn't be-
12.
Okay. So
Oh dear.
12 does not beat a 14. Tailwind, you are knocked to the ground with this ink monster dripping over top of you. It's sort of got like one hand pinning each of your wrists, and it finds the hand where you're holding your camera or phone. What were you trying to use to take the picture?
It was a flip phone.
Okay, so it finds the flip phone and yeah, pulls the phone out of your hand and crushes it in one fist.
Damn. No cloud backups, then, I'm assuming.
No. Even if it was a smartphone, you're in the subway, you're not connected to the internet. So, yeah, that
He's
picture...
carrying around a robot router. It might be.
Alright, well...
I don't know.
The phone
We'll
is
figure it out.
gone. The picture is gone. And this thing just absolutely snarls in Tailwind's face and says,
I intended to be merciful, to give you one warning. Do not test my patience further.
Can Brittney cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp to get the thing off of Tailwind?
I had a better idea.
Oh dear. What is it?
What was the idea of begging for your life and not doing anything dangerous? Because I would suggest that one.
Bear in mind that this fog cloud is like... It affects everyone, so none of us can actually see what's happening, by the way.
Yeah,
right.
you can probably hear it though.
We can hear the threats.
Oh, yeah, you can hear it, but like...
You could hear Tailwind being tackled to the ground, the crunch of technology, and then the threat, yes.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying if Tailwind manages to like stealthily sneak away,
Mm-hmm.
we won't see it.
Oh god. I've always wanted to do this, but it's the worst time.
Do it.
What do you want to do?
So it's choking sound. Hey, you want to hear something funny?
It's not choking you, by the way. I should say, it's not choking, it's pinning you, but its hands are on your wrists, so you're not being choked.
Yes.
Sorry.
I don't know what's funnier. I don't know what's funnier. Your edgelord attitude, or that one's browser history. I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter as the Toon Kinds.
Yeah.
What's the saving throw for that? Wisdom?
I'm checking right now. Concentration, creature.
It is wisdom saving throw.
The wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 11, does that make it?
What? It does not make it.
Okay, so the thing sort of stumbles back away from you, giving out these hesitant little little laughs. But Tailwind is no longer pinned.
Then you hear the skedaddle noise as it screams, and I'm gonna use the Warren racial feat of expeditious retreat, booking it.
Yeah. And there is a subway.
Saying it was gonna show you mercy, and then you like attacked it anyway because you're very dumb.
Because they're terrified, actually.
Alright, this is the part where we run.
Okay, so
Yeah, there is
Cat would absolutely know this. This is Tailwind's natural response to being threatened is sarcasm and petty spite and snark.
Can we
They're
please
fine, run for it, and will sprint off himself.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I did say there is an exit to the subway fairly nearby. You might want to use that one because Hideous Laughter only lasts a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, this totally isn't fair. If there's no mutant supposed to be in the city, that is clearly a mutant in the city. What is this bullshit?
Please just climb the ladder. I will help if you need.
It's not a ladder, it's a proper entrance to the subway. There's stairs, but anyone remember what was at the top of the other subway entrance he came in through?
Robots.
Yeah. Anyone want to do anything about that robot?
Can Brittney just cast friends and say, "Hi, yes, we're supposed to be here. We were just leaving. Have a good day."
Is that a saving throw?
No, actually, I just have advantage on charisma on all charisma checks for the duration.
Okay.
So let me just roll a deception, I guess.
Or persuasion. But yeah,
Or
either of
persuasion.
those. At advantage.
It's a same modifier.
You're gonna just try and yeet it into the
Nat 20.
Oh, that's a nat 20! Yeah, this thing salutes you as you come out and is like, yes, of course. Excellent work. Have a beautiful Wellspring City day. And
Yeah, you too. Alright, you guys, let's get going.
I'm legitimately surprised we're alive. Where the fuck is Tailwind?
1 second. I need to find the correct. Please open correctly. There we are.
What in the heck?
How Tailwind escapes, don't you know?
Fair enough.
Yeah, from the top of the subway station, you can tell Tasha's hideous laughter just wore off because there is like a how to describe this noise? Scream of frustration as the ink monster goes "Yeah!" from down in the subway tunnel.
Alright, alleyway, ditch our costumes. Yes. And he will follow his own advice and sprint.
You mean solidify suddenly?
Yes.
Swap masks.
Yeah, pulls off his mask, sticks on the other mask, sort of, I've been here the whole time. Watching subways is my hobby.
Unfortunately, we could all believe this.
We should probably get off the street as soon as possible. Like, can we just like hang out in a cafe? The stupidest thing to do while being chased by a giant ink monster is to stop and get a coffee. So I feel like that's
But he'll never expect it.
yeah.
Hey,
Works for me.
me DMing Tailwind about something, like a couple hours ago. Tailwind, you know a good place that's a good place to get off the street where no one's gonna hassle you. And it happens to be nearby. It's the 812. It's a convenience store, sort of, but
it's like half a gas station without the gas.
Yeah, it's a weird place, but it's not owned by Mayor Bronson. It's owned by your uncle's old friend. So you'd probably be cool to chill out there for a bit.
Yeah, I would point in that direction.
All right, let's go.
That way we can talk about apparently the guy with 1, rancid vibes, and 2, completely hypocritical views.
I think it's a mixture of race hatred and self-hatred.
Yeah, so
he's just a fucking weirdo. I mean, who hangs out in the subways?
Us.
It's not an all the time thing. It's only when
we've done it twice in a week.
I was trying to make a point.
Yeah, but guess what? You were with us, so point made.
Please don't fight. Please don't fight. It's like
I'm
now
not fighting.
that the adrenaline's wearing off. Why would you poke the Brittney? I will say Nikola now looks like they might be going into a little bit of shock.
It's a bit harder to compare you write this.
Okay. Okay,
We
I'm
should get
gonna-
to that place we're going and then probably get some sugar in them.
Hey, little ninja
Yeah.
boy. You have no
hold
strength.
on.
You can't do piggyback rides. You're just tall.
I said we. That I implied you.
What's Brittney rolling?
That and it for Nikola and seeing their state, she and considering the urgency of the situation, she gives them a hard pat on the back, casts calm emotions on the group, says, "There, feeling better? Can we go now?"
Does Common Oceans have a saving throw?
Charisma saving throw, which you can choose to fail if you wish. And the effect will be basically suppressing any effect causing your target to be charmed or frightened. Oh, that fails.
It does fail. So they're not frightened. They're not anything else, though. I think they just sort of like stop.
John is offering to give you a piggyback ride if you need carrying still, but since
They
the
just-
twig over there can't do it,
They lean. They're nonverbal at the moment, but they lean.
well, you're getting carried then, even though it's a little trickier when not a monster.
Hmm. Honestly, I'm imagining like it's you know, like when you're in an amusement park or a zoo and like the littlest child is tuckered out. So you know, they're just sort of limp in the piggyback ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine that, but it's a very lanky, fairly tall UPAN.
Yes.
They just sort of bury their
Tiny
head
child.
into your shoulder.
Like, look what you did. You stressed him out that bad.
They're not stressed right now. They're not anything.
when
Their
your
Emotions have been dulled.
when your one thing pushing you forward is your anxiety, and that gets dulled, it's just like, oh right, settled. Nothing will bother me. Not in a good way.
For the next minute, that's how long it lasts.
Even after the minute, they just sort of stay with their head buried in Shaun.
I will say it probably only takes like a minute or two to reach the 812. In your adventures through the sewer, you did make your way through a good chunk of the city. So the exit where you popped up is fairly nearby. As Tailwind leads you towards what looks like a relatively large building that has the numbers 8 and 12 over the door. So you guys approach the front door and walk in, and there's that signature little someone's entered a store bell chime. And you were greeted by this fellow who's behind the counter. Who says,
Jesus?
Also,
I'm
Yeah,
so
Jesus
sorry.
runs to the 812.
I'm going to
I know that.
fucking die. Oh my god.
see, the eggs also has chicken.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ever-present chickens.
Excuse me, his name is Jesus.
Actually, his name is Perspicuity. And he says, greetings, young Tailwind. I see you brought some friends with you. Hello. Is there anything I can help you all find? Looks like
Peace
that
of
one.
mind.
Looks like that one may be in need of some snacks. And he sort of gestures at Nikola.
Yeah, I think like some drinks, breakfast sandwiches if you have
Probably
any
not
left.
caffeine though.
Some way to get the
Cheers.
cops off of us. You know the drill.
Well, I do have the the sodas up front. For that last thing, you might want to explore the back aisles of the store. And he sort of picks up a broom and starts sweeping near the front of the store very deliberately, so sort of chasing you guys further into the store.
Swear to God, I'm gonna take this guy for whenever I get to play Shadowrun as just like the hippie who runs the what's the supermarket in Shadowrun? Oh God.
Well, now it can be the 812.
Yeah.
So yeah, up front, the first couple aisles are the typical convenience store stuff. So there's soda, there's chips and candy, and there's probably a little cooler of frozen foods and a little hot food section. So you guys can pick up whatever snacks you'd like. And then as you
Find
wander,
a biscuit for coins.
what?
Gotta find a biscuit. That will revive our dying friend here.
Well, for that, it might be helped as you wander further into the store. It gets progressively less and less typical items for a convenience store. Like there's an aisle with some magazines and some comic books and some normal books, and then there's an aisle with some, the sort of self-help hippie stuff you'd expect this guy to sell, like crystals and Zen fountains and stuff like that. And then as you go further back, there's, shelves full of potions and magic items, shelves full of camping gear and, like, wilderness exploration stuff. Basically, like, this store just keeps going, and it just keeps getting weirder the further you go. And there's no one else in here aside from Perspicuity, so...
Guys, I think it's bigger on the inside.
Don't. I've learned not to ask questions.
Who is this weirdo? And she's whispering, she's leaning down to whisper this to Tailwind.
This Perspicuity, friend of Goats. I think they were hippie friends back in the day. Back when, like, I think Wellspring City was still being constructed. Them and a bunch of other hippies were kind of all in on the whole gentrification is a bad thing, but I don't know.
Figures. He looks like one of those weirdos.
Tend not to ask questions because the guy has like it's like a good coin flip on anything you're looking for. And I mean anything.
Cat immediately starts browsing the shelves looking for manga.
Yeah, there is manga in the comic book aisle. I will just...
I
you
found
don't
my
even...
new favorite place!
You should probably apologize to Goat there for inflicting cat on his friend.
I mean, yeah, they'll be fine.
Well, think of it like this. The more time I spend here, the less time I spend bothering you and go to your place.
At my victory?
Hey, Shaun.
Yep.
This is said sort of softly in your ear. I'm real sorry. I think I said your name in front of that guy. I didn't mean to. I was trying to be careful.
Yeah, my name isn't that uncommon, I don't think. And I think I probably said Brittney's name too. We probably should have thought of other names to use. But, it was just centipedes down there. How are we supposed to know?
They
And it's
just
not
sort of
like
like.
we
You
look
go.
normal, right?
We should actually probably use this opportunity to think up non-civilian names, considering there appears to be a part of the people we're going to end up running into who don't like the thought of us fixing things.
No, not so much fixing things, but saying and any mutants will die. That sounds like a threat, specifically.
Oh yeah, there's this guy, but there might be others as well. Is all.
Probably.
So, secret identity time, I suppose. You'd think this would be a dream come true because I've read a lot of comics, but honestly, the reality of the situation is setting in somewhat.
Everyone has to take a moment of silence for the idea of Cat embracing reality for 2 minutes.
It's taken how many years?
It's taken his entire life, but it's finally happened.
We need to mark this day as a joyous day.
Or extremely distressing because we are in the same situation as him.
Yes, there's also that. But for now, I guess we can figure that out at some point. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some microwave pizzas.
So, on the upside, they were just saying we'll die as opposed to be horribly experimented on and stuff. So, that's like a big win. It's just dying.
I don't think vivisection or death equally. They're things I want to experience neither much.
Shockingly, Cat doesn't want to be put in a glass jar and poked at. How strange.
Doesn't want to be stick bugged.
Yes, like stick bug. Oh, he's probably lucky because what are you gonna do to smoke?
Vacuum.
No.
You can't stab him or do anything to him. He's just smoky, right?
I mean, I don't know. Could turn him into one of those smoke fountains.
Like, he's not entirely smoke at the moment. He just wafts at the moment.
Yes. Well, right now, because you're human adjacent right now, but
Yeah.
if you weren't, if they were going to try and hurt you, you could go all smoky. Probably.
I don't want to have to test that, honestly.
We're gonna find out when Brittney tries to push you off a building and she wants to see if you go splat. So.
That does sound like a good idea. Hey, Kat, how about you meet me after school tomorrow at the highest skyscraper in the city and we can test that out?
I knew you'd want to meet up again because we're friends.
Yes, this is because we're friends. Definitely.
I merely choose to disregard the parts of that I don't like. I'm not unaware of them.
You go there with a fan so that he doesn't go splat.
Nick is chuckling very quietly into Shaun's shoulder.
Maybe we can find something that would pep Nichols up a little bit, which seemed like, I don't know, a biscuit or bun or something would be better than anything super sweet or caffeinated. So,
I don't know. Tailwind comes back with what looks like 3 different microwave pizzas, a box of refrigerated White Castle, and a drink they should not be drinking at this age, aka an energy drink that is labeled have to be 18 or over to drink. It's like, I don't know. I'm planning to set up some kind of testing area in the junkyard.
how are you gonna pay for that? I thought you were in a life servitude debt. to the school.
They live at the junkyard.
Yes, but the
Well-
food does not belong to the junkyard.
Oh, this? I sell things to Perspicuity all the time. It pulls out the battery and the router they got from the cop bot. Gotta go pay.
Is this even a legal establishment?
No.
Brittney asked,
Which
looking
is
at
why I love it.
Brittney, you're a good friend, but I won't forgive you if you're a narc.
Yeah, you're lucky I'm in disguise.
You can't be a narc because then she'd have to admit she went somewhere with you.
Is she still wearing the cosplay, or did she switch to
Oh, no,
this jacket
she's-
and ponytail?
Yeah, jacket, ponytail, and face mask.
Cool. I
She
get the
probably
feeling.
wouldn't be caught dead coming here normally, so you're safe for now.
Is there a place that we can all sit down? I think that we need to have a talk.
I will locate somewhere to sit in this building that is bigger than it should be on the inside
We look for the furniture.
in a way
aisle.
that is alarming.
I'm gonna say, Tailwind, you're allowed in the back room in the break room. Perspicuity has given you explicit permission to go in there. So
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah,
Could
I
be
know a
friends with
place.
a local hippie, I guess.
Yeah. I think we can get on the roof. Yeah, let's go up the roof.
all right.
I'm picturing if you've ever seen enough Simpsons, Apu has like a start of a botanical garden on top of the Quickie Mart, and that's what I'm picturing.
I've never seen any of The Simpsons, but Perspicuity is absolutely the type to have a rooftop garden. And he's got a food garden, he's got a flower garden, and he's got a Zen rock garden with like sand and stuff in it.
I like
You can
this
afford all
guy.
this stuff. Why the hell does he have a store?
Stores are
More
places
money?
where you can earn money.
No, you see, when you have this much money, you make someone else do the job for you. That's the
Some
point of
people
getting
like
rich.
this. You and Brittney are gonna get along well, I think.
Well, they do know each other.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
so-
forgot that.
And I think
Out
there's-
of character, I forgot that was a thing that I knew to be true, and in character, I don't think Cat actually does know that they know one another.
I got invited 3 times.
Yeah, Brittney just stood side eyes Shaun and goes, absolutely not.
I guess, right.
Yeah, so they'll bring them up to the rooftop garden. This is also where he keeps all the succulent plants and things that he personally sells. So don't touch anything unless you ask first.
You should probably tell Brittney not to touch Cat either, in case she decides to try that experiment out.
Oh, relax. The ceiling's not high enough.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Also, I don't think he's got any 10-foot poles. Because last time we spoke, before all this happened, she said she'd never touch me, willingly ever. So,
Well, does it count as willingly touch you if she, like, mind controls you into throwing yourself off a building?
I'm going to assume that getting in touch with my brain is literally on the last thing of the list of things she'd ever consider wanting to do.
Yeah, you can't pay me enough to touch that.
Cat
It
nods.
seems like he's safe. Crisis averted.
Though I'm sure this place does sell 10-foot poles.
Supporting local business people, I am proud of you.
Brittney, you hear in your head, thanks for taking care of folks. I'm pretty sure you'd be actively angry if I said it out loud, so thanks for getting all of us out of there in one piece.
That's when Brittney breaks down because she doesn't know how to respond to a compliment.
Silence. Well, there's a long pause for through the mind link. Yeesh, you make it sound like it's a big deal. They're probably still a bit concussed. On that note, she turns back to Shaun. Well, now that we're up here, I'd suggest putting Nikola down.
Yeah, you just need to find a seat to put them in first.
Oh yeah,
The
are
floor.
there like table or chairs up here?
I think there are some like floor cushions made of outdoor fabric, sort of situated in the middle of the 3 gardens.
Your garden's comfortable for them.
I will say, as soon as they get out into the open air and they spot like the plants, their expression crumples a little bit, and they like Shaun. You can feel them take a deep breath. They're already feeling better.
Oh, good. The natural atmosphere. We'll find a decent place near some nicer plants. You could sit down on the sofa there, or pillow thing, however it's described there.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, aha, victory.
Take out the blanket, drape it over their lap. They look at how much of the blanket is left because they are UPA and they're very thin. They drape it over Shaun. They look at the rest of them.
Everyone gets in the huddle. Mandatory.
It is, this is a blanket imbued with the power of imagination. It fits exactly all of them.
There you go.
Thank goodness for the power of imagination.
That's gotta be a fucking really oddly shaped huddle, because, like, between Tailwind and Cat, there's like a 4 foot difference, 3-4 foot difference in the heights of the tallest and smallest.
Yes.
This is not me saying that the blanket couldn't cover us. I'm just saying it's a delightful mental image.
You delighted.
They take a breath and they go, sorry, yeah, Brittney, you don't have to be under here if you don't want to be. You're welcome, but also, it just, you know how chickens just sort of like tuck chicks underneath them. One of my grandparents just said,
Brittney is petting you off there at the comparison to chickens. Yeah, I'm tolerating. Yeah, I'm going to tolerate this for a serious situation.
we appreciate your participation. It's very serious blanket cuddle.
It's very serious.
Don't make me change my mind.
Sort of reach over and tuck the blanket more securely around your shoulders. It's very warm and soft.
Well, I guess there is a secondary motivation.
So, I'm pretty sure we just ran into a wall we were not supposed to. I feel like this is gonna kick us in the ass, later than sooner. But the more later, the worse it'll be. I don't
Possibly.
feel safe. I mean, what do we do from here?
The only thing we can do, keep going.
What does that mean, though?
Well, personally, I think it means we should be training. You did hear what that guy said. I don't imagine we'll be having a good time if we run into him again and we're, well, significantly underleveled, to put it simply.
But there's no way he'll know it's us, right? Because, like, we don't look like weird monster things.
I think it's whatever we do, we gotta do with conviction. We need to put significant effort into making sure that no one, and I mean no one, thinks that Brittney knows Shaun. I'm glad that you are already on board with this, Brittney, but there's 5 of us, and Shaun is not identifiable by shape, but would be identifiable by name, at least to that one person. So they'll be looking for 4 us shaped people in the Shaun. And
Play devil's advocate. We could always just stop meddling in things and avoid future monster stuff.
Is that what the group wants?
Well, avoiding monster stuff's great and all, but I'm worried about the whole it doesn't matter where, but if you're in the city, he'll kill you. So if he finds out, they might kill us.
Shaun, you do not, in your regular self, look remotely like the giant goo monster you were when he encountered you. You could, hypothetically, continue on your daily life without letting yourself become a goo monster, and you would no one should rightfully know that you are in fact a mutant, and the same could go for most of us.
I don't think I could hide it from him.
I am just pointing this out as a option, so no one can say, "Well, we weren't given we weren't given the option to back out." Because I don't think I could stop trying to, do these things. Because that slime monster could have hurt a lot of people, so could have those worms. So I'm inclined to try and stop that sort of thing from happening when it does pop up. But if anyone wants to back out, we can, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm a creature of impulse. I can't make any promises.
Yeah, I want to kick his ass.
Oh, jeez.
That's fair. I thought that's how the cookie would crumble, but I did want the option to be placed on the table.
There you go, startling honesty.
Also, Tailwind, I don't think you actually had the option, because were you actually in a disguise?
I had my hockey mask. I really need to think about making a better disguise other than just like the hockey mask I stole and this glove.
That might
the glove
be an
starts
idea.
sparking and now is like slowly spurting out fumes like crap.
It's probably a good idea.
gonna. Tailwind is gonna go over to the side of the building, drop the glove into the waste bin right underneath it, and then 2 seconds later,
Dumpster fire.
I respect what you're saying there, Kat. I don't feel I have that choice. This is my everything right now. It is. I can hear what you're thinking right this second. It is every time I look at a new person, I know things they don't want me to know. Every time I go for a walk, every time I get up, sometimes I wake up and I can't recognize myself and I have to change back. But this is where we are, and I choose to go with whatever kindness I'm able to muster up. That's my choice. Is
well,
to try to do okay.
yeah. I mean, like I said, the only place you can go is forward.
Yeah. And we're doing this together.
That makes sense to me. There are no brakes on this train, and anyone who knows me knows that. I just felt we should give ourselves the option to back out if we thought we could. So, with that out of the way, first on the docket, secret identities. Yes, possibly?
Yeah, it gave me some time to brainstorm.
I mean, Brainstorm's not a bad secret identity name.
Yeah.
Your brain does feel kind of like a storm bear tailwind.
Feels used.
And it keeps up the weather motif.
The what now?
Your name has wind in it. And the wind causes the storm.
I mean, okay, fair. But counterpoint, that's like 2 bits of separation from my name. I'd rather have a completely different like sounding and connotation with a secret identity instead of the name I chose for myself is close to this other name that they've chosen for themselves.
Fair and valid.
What about you, Kat? This seems like your sort of deal.
Well, given that the superpowers I have aren't the superpowers I'd always assumed I have, I don't really have much. I'm thinking smog currently, just because, smoke powers.
Yeah, well, smog sucks. How about haze?
Haze also works.
What about you, Brittney?
in his mind, Cat's just pleased that Tailwind's like, oh, smog sucks. And didn't go, yeah, that's perfect for you.
Walk sucks. It matches you perfectly.
Exactly. He doesn't say that out loud, but is quietly pleased, and Nikola would know.
Look, look. From what little or too much that Nikola has heard from Tailwind, Tailwind does consider Cat a true friend, and they take that to the point where, like, well, we will just rag on each other for the basics, for the basic of
The
shit.
friendly ragging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Cat gets that, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Do you want the breakdown set?
My thinking is we've been going for 2 hours, so we're about due for a break. But if you think we'll wrap up within the next half hour, we can probably skip the break. But if
I
you
think
guys,
this seems like unless you have more like PowerPoint, this seems like a wonderful spot to
Yeah.
stop.
I have no more
Yeah.
plans,
Yeah,
so like
we're-
it feels like
we're-
we're very much in the wrapping it up phase. So
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
winding
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
had just been 15 minutes since you said that, so I just wanted to be like, yeah,
yeah, have people seen that? But yeah, if as long as everyone's on board with this is the final scene and we're wrapping stuff up, we don't need a break.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like discussions, some just actual moments of being friends.
Yeah. That works. Sort of. Some teens who tripped into some bullshit get to wind down from bullshit from keep on happening.
We're coming up with absolutely nerdy superhero names.
Amazing.
Anyways,
But
where were
Shaun, you
we?
seem pretty on the nosy.
Tailwind had said they're not comfortable with Brainstorm as a name, and Cat has said, I will go with some sort of smoke theme to my name, but I have not decided exactly on what. And yeah, that's honestly, we're at a point where we could just say, and they kept doing that for a while, and wrap up now if you wanted, but
And then
if
they
no one
figured
else
out
Does-
names
does
off
anyone
camera,
else
so you're
wanna-
not sitting there for 80 years.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we probably won't figure out
Honestly-
names on camera, but if anyone else wants to say anything, we should. After, did you have something?
Nah, sorry.
You'd think we'd have thought more about our superhero.
To be honest,
think
I
we-
completely forgot that we had to come up with a superhero name. And also, I have no idea how do I make something that sounds good when Brittney's powers are tentacles and freaky mind stuff.
You can be the Mind Storm, it's fine.
Chthonic. You know.
Nikola actually has I got an idea. I don't think anyone other than I think it would be a bad one to like. What do you think of Omen?
Fun.
Hmm.
But also, it's like, is it a bad omen or a good omen?
They
Doesn't have to be.
roll
Roll
insight.
maybe too.
Omens
Say
don't
again?
have to be good
Oh
or
wait, this
bad.
is in character?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab the insight. It's a 10.
Although I will say it's their mind is pretty open right now. You could have advantage.
Hell yeah, the benefits of being a psychic. It's +1.
You keep forgetting that you're psychic.
Anyone else can roll an insight, but if you don't want it, then yeah. But for an 11, they're hard to read. They're tired right now. Honestly, their mind's not doing much, but there's sort of a pensive flick towards, you know. I think it was Cat when they say, well, it depends on if it's a good omen or a bad omen. Kind of the point.
Yeah, sort of. Well, I think Shaun said that, as I was saying, the point of an omen is like they can just ohm. It's fine.
Yeah, excuse me. I guess I'm getting a little bit tired, but yeah, they're definitely like they react more to what Shaun said than what Kat said.
Yeah, that seems like a wonderful place to the stuff off. I will put in that Tailwind does not finalize a name just yet. That they would still be thinking about it.
Brittney is probably considering just going with another regular sounding name because
Megan. Veronica.
Well, Megan is her middle name, so probably not that.
Alright, that's probably why it was the first one that came to mind. But then again,
Listen,
it'd be so stupid.
she's already wearing cosplay as a hero outfit. She cannot tolerate more cringe.
Okay, so my thoughts for her name were stuff like Chthonic, or stuff invoking Cthulhu and or Elder God or something, and then my brain was just like Tentacular. Tentacular, to go with the original show's really fucking awful names for female main characters.
Could just call you 10.
Listen
Well,
up,
I am-
Fives, a 10 is speaking.
Well, I
Or do we call you Octa?
damn. I can't tell if this is in character out anymore.
I think that means
It's
this
in
is
that
a great
middle
place
space
to...
where it could be, but it doesn't have to be.
I'm imagining the characters sitting back in like directors' chairs.
They've walked off the set, but the cameras are still rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless anyone has anything else, I think the camera sort of starts zooming out on that.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Leaving our heroes talking on the roof of this 812, far bigger than it should be, quote unquote convenience store. Zooming out to show, the overhead view of all of Wellspring City and then all of Ennsville, and then poof, black screen, episode over.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for playing.
Ooh.
Thank you
And
for
thanks for DMing.
We love you, 10.
Thank you for the wild and nutty session that kept stopping and starting.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be a decent amount of dead air to cut out of the recordings, I feel.
I will say, out of character, Zen knows my superhero name already.
Do I?
Yes, I sent it to you in the FAQ.
Oh, I'll have to look at that
Got
again.
it.
You think I remember shit. Anyway, I'm gonna end the recording.
Yeah, shame. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good afternoon,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Have a good time zone.
Have a
good
great
time
time
zone.
zone.
Enjoy
Have a
your
wonderful-
appointment that got rescheduled, Lordly.
Yeah, that was fun. Have a wonderful Wellsprings afternoon.
I'm going to sleep.